to try. It is no secret if you listen to the show, the love fest we have for Greg Papa. And then we had before he was the voice of the San Francisco 49ers when he was with the Raiders. And it's not just hey, you're really good at your job, which he is really good at.
He's like the voice of every Northern California team.
That's exactly right. Yeah. And but as a human being, we love him to death. And then when we heard, I remember when I told
we weren't together.
I think I was in Montana, wasn't I? And no, I was in England.
You're right.
And you said, hey, I need you to call me. And I texted you back because I saw the news and I wasn't able to call you. And I texted you back and I said, I think I know why. Right. Let me get to a quiet place so we can talk. Cause I was really emotional and I figured you were too. And then when I called you back, you hadn't seen it.
You told me the news.
And I had not planned. I had not planned on telling you that. And it was, look, you hear something like that, everybody, has their own reaction. And then, obviously first and foremost, we are so concerned for Greg as a human. Anyways, obviously he was going to do the show this year.
Yeah.
For a great reason.
Of course.
And then I get a text from him and it was basically like, hey, if you still want to do the show, I want to do the show on Fridays. And I didn't even know how to react. Like, duh, yes.
Yeah, but can you?
But can you? And is this okay? And is it going to? So what we've said to all of you since we announced it is this. Obviously, Greg's first priority is his health and his 100%. Family. And if this show even messes with it barely, then he can have all the. We're just going to enjoy him when we can enjoy him. And we are honored, humbled, privileged, and just emotional, whatever you want to call it, to be able to talk
Glad to be back.
First time he's made a public appearance since his announcement. The voice of the 49ers, the soundtrack of Northern California sports, the one, the only Greg Papa. Greg, it's Dave and Jason. Good morning.
It's so great to hear your voice, both of you. You got me emotional here. I'm the Dick Vermeil of sportscasters. So, but I'm going to try to get through this and not get emotional because it's actually good news compared to what it was in mid-July. So in mid-July, you know me, I'm all ball, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's oblong and big and orange or small and wide. And I do love a hockey puck. I would like to do the Sharks one day. So shout out to Dan Rusanowski and Randy Hahn. And
right.
I'm not called every team in Northern California, Gary Gerald, or whenever the hell you damn retire. Maybe I'll come up there and do the Kings one day. But I was diagnosed in mid-July, July 16th, with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, B cell, Philadelphia negative, which is so interesting because that city is so negative. But I was hoping, I didn't know if I wanted to be Philly positive or Philly negative for a while, and it's better to be Philly negative. My brother Gary was a sportscaster there forever and ever, and he lost his life of prostate cancer at age 54 in 2009, and it forever moved me. So I got a battle, there's no doubt. I have what is called All B is what they call it, my fantasy football team. I haven't played fantasy football since, but I first moved to the Bay Area doing the Warrior games in '86. We had a group of New Yorkers that did it. I dabbled in it a little bit last year, but my buddies from Buffalo and Big Al Brown, as the commissioner, put a fantasy football team together, a league for me to be able to do it. And the name of my team is All Ball, acute lymphoblastic leukemia, B cell. So it's all ball for me. I got another issue. I'm hypodiploid, which means I don't have 46 chromosomes. So I got an uphill battle. There's no doubt. It's going to take a long time for me to recover. But I report to you today, I was in bad shape in July. There's no doubt. My white blood cell numbers were down. I was the boy in a bubble. I don't know if you ever saw the John Travolta movie. John was, Vinnie Barbarino to Grease, and then obviously Saturday Night Fever. And along the way, he made a really great film about a boy in a bubble. And that's kind of what I have with bone marrow deficiency. So I'm going to need a bone marrow transplant, a stem cell operation, not a transplant coming up. I'm going to need a donor from either a sibling or a brother, maybe somebody out there in the audience. And you don't have to swarm them. It's hard to find a match. But the news is I'm getting better. I was in bad shape in mid-July through early August. They put me on a drug, a miracle drug. A buddy of mine from Syracuse, J.R. Anthus works for a company called Amgen, and they came up with a immunotherapy. I'm not going to give you the full name, but it's basically, the nickname is Blina. And I report to you now, and I'm going to knock on wood because all the data is not in, but I had a bone marrow biopsy about 10 days ago, and it looks like I'm what they call MRD negative, which means I'm cancer-free.
Wow.
We'll get more data on that. But the hard part is staying cancer-free.
Sure.
So as fate would have it, I was 23 days in a hospital, was released on August the 5th. 1 month later today, I'm going back to UCSF. And I've had a lot of chemo, the Blina. I've had round-the-clock treatments to get me cancer-free. But the chemotherapy I've had's been in my back, in my spinal column with a lumbar puncture, because they found cancer cells in my spinal column fluid into my brain. So it's chemo, and it knocked the cancer out kind of like a smart bomb. But today I begin the hardcore chemo, where they put it in my PICC line and into your veins. So hopefully that goes well. I'll have a 4-day infusion. Amazing timing. Watched the game last night, and we'll get into the game with Philly and Dallas and what all went down there. And the Niner game on Sunday, I'll be watching from a hospital room at UCSF, which was kind of my home for July. I was there weeks upon weeks, and I will just say that staff at UCSF, and I've been around some brilliant minds in all sports, creative minds. The great Bill Walsh actually died of leukemia, way many years ago. And the minds at UCSF, the brilliant minds, the connective minds, the way they meld their minds together as one, great teamwork. And then the big hearts that they have there. I will get well, and it will be thanks to those people at UCSF. So I got through the first dissertation there without crying, so I'm off to a good start. I think I'm doing well.
Well, that's one of us. And Jason, I'm going to step aside here because I knowing you as long as I have, and hearing Greg speak on some of those things, specifically the bone marrow, that's hitting you a lot differently than it's hitting me.
Yeah, Greg. Everything you're saying, and first off, the courage, it takes a lot to go through what you're going through. And when you're saying UCSF, my son had to go through leukemia twice, a bone marrow transplant. It was done at UCSF. You're just taking me back to all of this stuff. And those people are absolutely amazing.
How's your son now?
He's fantastic.
Wow.
And it's just, I'm actually kind of at a loss for words right now.
Yeah, it's, and I'll step in because I'm with you. And I remember going through that from afar with Jason, Greg. And it's, first off, obviously what you're dealing with right now takes a ton of courage, overall, but to share that and to be so open, which I would expect nothing less out of you. I think my only question is the dumb surface question, which is, and please take this seriously because I mean it. And it's not just one of those where it's like, hey, do you want any help with the dishes that you say to your wife, hoping she says no? Like, what you have so many listeners right now listening, not just here, but in the Bay Area. Can we do anything? Can we help?
And Jason, what you said about your son, my God, I did cry when you guys were talking there.
Yeah.
So leukemia it hits everybody. And when you first get it, you're like, why me? How did this happen to me? It's not I'm riddled. My family's been riddled by cancer. My brother and the prostate, my other brother had prostate. My mom had double mastectomies, my grandmothers, my grandfathers, my own father, uncles, everything. So I've been a cancer freak, especially with prostate, because my brother Gary died at so young of an age. But this is different. This is a blood cancer. How do you get a blood cancer? And I grew up in an area of Western New York near Love Canal, and radioactivity is a lot. But it's mainly, and it hits all people, but it's a childhood disease. It's kids from birth to age 10, and nobody has time. They don't want cancer for anything, but pediatric cancer, nobody wants to see kids get cancer. Nobody wants to see anybody get it. But when your life is just starting, Jason, I cry for you. But the point is, they pour so much money in solving pediatric cancer that old guys like me eventually get onto drugs like Blina, which was not available 5-10 years ago. They wouldn't have used it. And what it did is it made me cancer free. with a PICC line, a 28-day infusion in my arm. And I wish they could just keep me on that forever because I won't, have all the side effects. But today, you have to change it up. And leukemia and cancer, they're difficult to deal with. They're like Christian McCaffrey in the open field. They zig and they zag and they move and they try to create an opening to not get touched. And so you got to change it up a little bit, like a good game plan. You can't do the same thing every play and every quarter. You got to change up. So anyway, so they're going to move me over to the hardcore stuff today. We'll see how I do. There's a possibility. I'll be in and out of the hospital, but after I do this 4-day infusion, I could come back and do my radio show, depending on how I handle the chemotherapy and what's ahead of me. So, but Jason, what you said was amazing. And just as far as what people can do, they've already done it. You're pouring out to me. And I knew I had leukemia for weeks before we mentioned it. I didn't even tell my own family for a long time. My son was taking the bar exam in late July, and I didn't want to distract him, so I kept it to myself for a long time. But when it was announced on August the 1st, it's just overwhelming. And the outreach of so many people have reached out to me, from Eddie DeBartolo to obviously Jed York and Kyle and John and Al Guido and Brent Schob. And beyond that, Steve Kerr sent me a beautiful message. Marv Albert, John Miller.
Wow.
Before the game last night, a half hour before the game, Mike Tirico calls me. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on. And so it has been uplifting, the love and support that I feel from you guys. And Dave, we go back so long, and Jason as well. I wanted to do this Friday hit with you because I'm able.
Yeah.
I'm not able to travel. They told me I can't get on an airplane for a year. I can't drive a car with all the drugs that I'm on to try to get my body pure. So there's a lot of things I can't do, but there are things that I can do, and I can, be here with you on Fridays. As far as what people can do for me, just you're already doing it. The outreach, the connectivity. This is a epiphany in my life. I'll never be the same person again, and I will survive this. I got to say, sometimes when I hear all this, and when it first was announced on August the 1st, it was like I was in the back row at my funeral.
Yeah,
and I wanted to stand up and say, I ain't dead. Don't bury me yet. Yeah. And I'll eulogize myself better than all you mofos, because I know myself better than you. So let me do it. So anyway, I'll tell you how great I am and everything, not just as a sports guy. Anyway, so it's surreal that you go through this and people treat you like you're dead. I am not dead. I know I've had to go away and hide, and I the product of what I have and the inability of my bone marrow. The bone marrow makes white blood cells, red blood cells, platelets. My white blood cell numbers were 0.2 forever, 0.1. So I was the boy in a bubble. I could not have anybody come near me. My white blood cells numbers are 7. They went from 0.2 to 7.
Wow. And
I had 92% leukemia cells in my body on July 16th. On July 29th, I had 10%. On August the 12th, I had 0. On August the 19th, I had 0. On August the 26th, I had 0. So it's all trending in the right way. And eventually we'll talk football. What happened to Christian is just breaking my heart. And, there have been certain people that I've observed in my life that do inspire you when you go through like this, something like this. And I've been a good patient. I really have. I've just shut the F up. I ask questions, and I got a lot of people that I've befriended a doctor, a dentist in Florida, through a buddy of mine from Syracuse, that went through this very exact all-B disease a year and a half before me, and he is a genius, and he is a New Yorker and just talkative guy, and he's texted me. He knows everything about the type of meds I'm on, the type of chemo I'm on, what I should do to see that. And so I've had like a guardian angel come into my life to guide me, and I get guide me, and I get a lot of support and love from a lot of people. Back to the Buffalo days, and all my high school buddies are setting up this league for me. All my Syracuse guys, Sean McDonough texted me from a church in Lexington, Kentucky today. He literally texts me every single day and prays. And so many people, Tarico and Marv and Jai. I mean, people that I've known well and people that I don't know. But the thing that's beautiful about this is it does change you. And a lot of times in my life, Marv wrote the great book, I'd Love to, but I Have a Game. My life was a lot of that. I missed so many moments in life because I had a game. And it wasn't just showing up for the game at 1:05 on a Sunday or 7:40 on a Tuesday. It was preparing for the game. And that's all consuming. That's all ball. That's me. And I haven't done that, obviously. I have no game to get ready for. So I have time to connect with people. And I've connected. I go on long walks. I'm running 5-6 miles a day.
Wow.
On the treadmill and out on the street because I got to get strong, brother. I got to get McCaffrey strong to deal with what's coming with the chemo and the bone marrow stem cell transplant. So I got to get as strong as I can. I got to get my heart going on my lungs. But anyway, I've connected. I've had hour talks with people I haven't talked to literally in 40 years. And we're telling old stories, and reminds me a lot of my brother when he had this in the 2000s. He was very quiet. You couldn't get to him. He was the life of the party one night dancing on a bar, and the next 4 days he wouldn't talk. I'm not that dramatic. I think, my brother had a little something going on. But he changed. He had an epiphany himself. He knew his time was short. And what I have is serious. You just don't know. I have a lot of obstacles to overcome, but the good side of it is I've connected with people that I haven't connected with in a long, long time. And that has been an epiphany for me. And it's beautiful. And it does drive me through it. The love and support I feel. I mean, I get messages all day and night. A lot of people from the East Coast will start hitting me up at 3 a.m. because it's 6 there. And it's good for me because I don't sleep anyway. I'm up anyway. So what can you do for me? Just what you're doing and what you have done for me. Just, I feel it. I feel it every day.
Greg, as you say this, you say like, we know you went all in on your preparation for games. I mean, that's easy to tell anytime we talk to you, but it sounds like that is serving you well here in going all in on, I mean, you're getting knowledge, you're talking to people, you're attacking this. Do you feel that correlation on how you're jumping into this challenge?
I mean, as far as following sports, Jason?
No, not following sports, but as far as and I have followed some. It's been a great distraction for me. It's who I am. I'm watching every Giants game. I watch literally every preseason game. Well, what the F else do I have to do? I'm the boy in a bubble. I got nothing else to do. So I'm watching everything. But I don't, it's funny, you watch, but you don't really retain as much. Your mind wanders. But as far as what I'm up against, I mean, hell, I didn't know any of these terms at all. I knew what leukemia was, but how the hell did I get leukemia? It's a blood cancer. Well, what causes that? And you get into a lot of different exposure to the sun, radiation. My mom had a tough delivery when I was a child. She almost miscarried. She had to take an experimental injection back in 1962 that they took off the market right away. So anyway, a lot of it is what it is. And then you just have to face, damn, what the hell? Acute lymphoblastic leukemia, B cell? And it's a B cell, it's a T cell. Do I want to be Philadelphia negative? Do I want to be positive? You take it all in, and then you find out you're hypodiploid, which is one chromosome lacking. The good thing is I'm near diploid. I don't have 46, but I have 45. There are a lot of people that, have 30 and such, and that's when you get into Down syndrome and, lifetime problems that people have. So you have to educate yourself on it. You have to ask questions. I've pushed back on the bone marrow stem cell transplant. I haven't pushed back, but I keep asking, do I need that? Do I have to have that? And the answer is yes, because I am hypodiploid, and they did find cancer cells in my spinal column fluid. I do have to, but that's a bitch. That'll put me back in the hospital for a month. And it's not going to be easy. They take you to near death and they pull you out of it and they save your life. Yeah.
But how does your body respond? And then you have to find a donor, and my own brothers and sister and my siblings. I mean, the whole thing is surreal. That somebody so close to me may have to offer a big part of themselves to keep me alive. But I've had so many people reach out. And if you wonder about reaching out as a donor, I asked my hematologist, and he said, just have them, sign up at the registry. because the chances of it are zero that they could match you. And I'm like, well, how can it be zero? There I am again, pushing back on the smart guys. But if there's some, random donor out there that is going to say, man, they want it to be just about a 10 for 10 match, because I do have those other issues that are obstacles to my survival rate with this. And the key thing, the reason why you do it is you don't relapse. But if somebody out there is a random donor that made himself available, him or her in the registry, why couldn't it be Carmichael Dave or Jason Ross?
Yep.
Why couldn't it be? And I've had
sign me up.
Tim Ryan's like last night, where do I go sign up?
Yep.
And everybody's like, I'm young and strong, and Tim's lifting when he's talking to me. I'll go, I'll do it. So but they tell me it just can't happen that way. But I'd say just, go to the registry, and if you save me, you'll, great. If you don't save me, you'll save somebody else.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what life you save. You can be a part of it. But as far as what you can do for me, you've already done it. You pick up my spirits every single day, and it's the motivation I have to kick all balls ass and take it down, and to go back to doing what I do, which is all ball on the field, courts and ice and all of it.
Well, Greg, I want to say this too, because we did the same thing for my son. We got a bunch of people involved. We tried to get him to sign up. We're hoping to find him a donor match. The best thing that happened, we didn't for my son, through our process, but 3 other people ended up being matches, and they saved people, which was truly like, look what our son is helping doing. And then the best party we've ever had was when we introduced our donor eventually after the year timeline to wait to the rest of our family, because that was one of the greatest celebrations ever.
If you don't mind, Jason, I am going to reach out. I'd like to talk to you specifically about what your son, and even yours. How old's your son now?
He's 23.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. You got this, Greg.
You do. 100%. And I say screw football, not screw football, but we're sitting here with our time, and the last thing I want to talk about is throwing a pigskin around. Greg, you got your own challenge ahead of you, but the fact that, as you said, we're all emotional.
Yeah, well, I got just because your son.
Yeah.
That's hard to have your son, Jace, go through something like that. I mean, I'll be fine. I've had, I'm not crying. For me, I'm thinking about you and your family, and there's nothing more painful than seeing a child face this. And the worst moment of my life was watching my parents at my brother's funeral. So it's just unnatural.
Yeah.
So anyway, as far as with McCaffrey, honestly, just to get a little I mean, just because because where I was before, people like Christian do inspire me.
Yeah. Yes.
Nick Bosa, Clay Thompson.
Yeah.
Think about the dark days and nights Clay had.
Yes.
For 2 effing years.
Yeah.
You tear an Achilles. After you tear an anterior cruciate ligament, seriously. Now, these aren't life-threatening diseases, but they're career-threatening. And a lot of, what these young men do, their career is their life. And Christian is incredible. The way he works. I've told you so many times, he and Bosa, they work harder getting ready for practice than people do in games. And I'm not lying.
Yeah.
I have seen the day. I mean, it's just a maniacal approach that he has to play the game. It's so impressive. So I do worry about him. And the news yesterday was not good. We'll see what the update is. I remember, last year, right before the Jets opener, he went through it. And but he is a source of inspiration for me. It's different. I'm not rehabbing from Achilles tendonitis or, Achilles but I have to just do what they tell me and shut the F up and be a good patient. And, all these different drugs they're giving me, and Christian's flying all over the world to get better. So there, I'm Tim Duncan, the quiet poise of Tim Duncan. There are a lot of people that I've observed in my life and gotten to be friends with that do drive me. That do as an inner source of inspiration for me. So someone like Christian, who I've just been so impressed with since the day he arrived. He is so important to this football team. He sets up everything. So as you're praying for me today, and I got a big day today, I'm going to be back to UCSF for a 4-day infusion of the hard stuff, the real chemo. But let's pray for Christian in another sense.
Yeah.
To have get back on the practice field, to be able to be available in Seattle, because we love the reason we love what we do is we love the games.
Yep.
And I got to go back to this hospital room today, and I'm going to watch the 49ers play. I'm going to slide a big screen. I'm going to slide into the hospital today with literally a big screen TV.
Attaboy. Attaboy.
Watch football. I got this thing that's called Stand By Me. It's like a big iPad that LG makes, and I love it. I take it wherever I go. They were talking to me. I go, what can I bring? They're like, well, you want to bring an Xbox or something? I'm like, oh, I'm going to bring my Stand By Me. I'll be watching. I'll have the Reds. I'll watch everything, and I'll watch the game tonight from Brazil. But Christian is a motivator for me in the way he attacks rehabilitation, the way he attacks preparing to get back and play. And I felt for his darkness last year, and other people that have had to go away for a long time. It is because when you're away, and I feel like I'm just forgotten. I've been canceled when you're not around it. And I texted John Lynch. What list did you put me on? The PUP list, the physically unable to perform, or the non-football injury? I'm probably on the PUP list. I've been physically unable to perform most of my life. I don't even know I had that 5 kids. I mean, that was anyway. So just with Christian, just hope he's able to get back and play, because it's obviously a different football team without him. And as I go through my ordeal the last 50 plus days, I thought a lot of CMC.
Well, we've thought a lot about you every day. And I'm just, Greg, I just took a glance over at the text line and on our YouTube chat, and it's pages and pages and pages and pages of people sending their love, sharing their own stories, wanting to know what they can do. And as you kind of alluded to earlier, this is a horrible thing, but also, if there's a bright side, it's, I know, how many people out there, you have no idea maybe how many people out there love you, because there's more than you can imagine. And every week we're going to talk, health permitting. Yeah. And I'm sure we'll talk football next week. That's fine. But for now, just, know that we love you terribly, and think about you every day. And it is just, it's emotional, and we're crying and all of that, but we're with you, and you're in everybody's thoughts. You're not dead, like you said.
No, we don't. I'm not. Yeah, Jesus, stop eulogizing me.
That's what I caught myself.
I'm here. Yeah. I know. Want me to grab the mic? Let me eulogize myself. What's amazing is Al Davis's funeral, and Al eulogized everybody. People he was the greatest eulogizer ever.
Yeah.
People in boxing, in the music world, and Al was the greatest. There was no eulogy. Nobody got up and spoke at Al's funeral. I was like, what?
Right.
What, you want me to get up and eulogize? There was a sense where it was beautiful that nobody, and by the way, Mark Davis did reach out to me.
Oh, wow.
Called me twice.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Texted me twice. We weren't able to call. Actually, one day he called me right in the middle of me getting a lumbar puncture chemotherapy injection in my back. I mean, like literally. Mark has been amazing, and he invited me to Vegas in Allegiant Stadium whenever I'm ready to light Al's torch.
Wow.
There was nothing to get, because Al, if Al was alive, he'd say, F. You got this. And then he would offer to put me on any private plane and fly me to any spot on the globe to get the best doctors and to get over this. So it's amazing just how much love and support I've received. And this is why, there's nothing but love from everybody. The other word is just dividing us as people, whether it's religion or borders or politicians. They're ruining us. We can't have any place. I don't even like to use the H word. It's all love. And when you face something, I feel your love. I feel your love every day. I feel it every second. Sometimes it overwhelms me, and I need to stay on task. But I feel it in the private moments when I'm by myself in the dark at night. And I'm awake when everybody else is sleeping, like I always in my life. And I'll have a game to get ready for. I read it all, and it inspires me. So when I do get back, we are going to have a hell of a party. There's no doubt about that.
Right.
So so anyway,
okay. Well, look, we're up.
Just thank you all. I know I've gone too long, but I love you guys.
No, it's
Greg.
Greg.
It'll be cathartic for me too. One thing about the football game.
Okay.
Upton Stout in the slot against Jackson Smith and Jigba. And it really does kind of symbolize both teams' changes from the Niners going to incredibly young on defense and putting this rookie in the slot to go up against JSN. And Seattle, DK Metcalf's gone, Tyler Lockett's gone. That's been their organization forever and ever. JSN, from what I'm hearing, is going to be in the slot, a lot more so than Cooper Kupp. So that matchup, there'll be others, and that'll be a handful of plays. And Jackson Smith and Jigma, wow, what a player that he's Amon-Ra St. Brown. Not fast, but a beautiful route runner in and out, and that's a hell of an indoctrination to Upton Stout to go against him. But so look for that. And Upton, we had him on my show right after he was drafted, and the greatest thing, and I think about him every day when I try to get back from what I'm facing and when I face chemotherapy today. So let's do this.
Greg, as we part ways for the week and wish you all the luck this weekend, perhaps the most important question. I know you've got probably dietary restrictions and other things, but you're damn right. When can I send you some?
You know what the problem? My sister makes them for my aunt, who always made them for years and years. My aunt died of cancer years ago, so my sister Judy makes them every year. Cancer loves sugar.
Geez. Okay.
Kind of attracts sugar, but
what about like sugar-free ones?
Time around Christmas, but I'm going to say F it. Come on out, all B and come at me again with a little sugar, because there's no way I'd go through a holidays without good Chidati cookies. So we're going to have to do something. I may be on a ration on them, as opposed to an entire box in like 10 minutes. I may have to spread that out a little bit, but we'll get through it. I love you guys.
Love you.
Thanks, Greg.
Picking up my spirits. Jason, please reach out to me.
I will.
I want to talk to people that have gone through what I'm going through, and your son will be without question a source of inspiration for me, brother. I love what he's doing, and the fact he's 13 years later he's going strong. So so beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you, Greg.
We love you, Greg.
Thank you, guys. Love you guys.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you.
I don't care about anything else.
Yeah.
I don't.
We'll finish the show some way.
Do we break or what?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. Good. We'll take a break.